Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another recording of Hearthstone. So we have some victories we need to get still. We need to get 2 more victories for Warlock, 2 more victories for Warrior, and in the process we will almost certainly play 5 or more minions and get that quest done too. So we'll just get back to Warlock here and play again. I think Warlock's gonna need a few more tries than Warrior will to get victories, if I was to guess. Right now I am definitely super obsessed with Fallout 4. Uh, uh, Heard on the Giant Bombcast that it is a horrible technical mess on the consoles, and it's still kind of buggy even on a PC, but it's way better on a PC.
Am your nightmare.
One of the things that's going around, and it seems ridiculous, is that the physics engine in Skyrim and all the Bethesda games basically is tied to the frames per second. So if you are in a huge, like, graphically difficult to render area, things will start acting funny, which seems really like a ridiculous thing to have in your game engine. And I imagine what they need to do is abandon that engine and just go to a new one that isn't tied to frames per second. But that is getting a lot of the blame as to why things aren't quite looking the way they should, or acting the way they should. There's also some things about Fallout 4 that I feel they should have done. What they should have done, I guess, for Fallout 5 might be a little bit smarter to do this in Fallout 5 than 4. But what they should do is just say, we're going to make the next game the same length and the same scope as this game. So we're not going to make the worlds any bigger. We're not going to make the story any longer. We're just going to leave it at what it is. And instead what we're going to do is just focus 100% on making the game less buggy. Just polish it. Making the graphics a little bit better, making the actions a little bit smoother. In a lot of ways, all these Bethesda games are sandbox games. Very few specific events are designed to be custom touched or polished upon. It's just whatever the engine does, kind of like how The Witcher 3 also would take whatever armor or items you had into the cutscenes, and I was complaining quite a lot about how I said, why don't you just pre-render those cutscenes and take off all the items so you can see him in his default get up. And I think in a lot of ways that's still the thought in the case that should happen for Fallout also. Is just you should, instead of trying to do custom things, just pre-render cutscenes. Like when you go and talk to a character, all the other NPCs should just kind of pause and get away from the scene so they don't bump into you or start talking next to you or do anything to interrupt. Let's see. Deal 2 damage to all non-demon people. Well, first let's do this. And then we'll do this. Oh, I should have attacked the face first. That was dumb. Dr. Boom.
I don't like this place.
Let's see, he'd get +1/+1. Hit him. Good. Wow, that worked. That worked quite well.
I see everything. Yes.
Playing Warlock versus Warlock is gonna be really difficult. Let's try this.
I don't like this place. Job's done.
I have to think that it's somewhat weighted to destroying the most powerful enemy of yours. It seems like it is. Let's play this, and then this, and well, we could do this actually. This.
Why do you
And
call?
then that, right? No, that won't work. We could do this one.
Will regret
We can do this one. And then we can do this one.
Job's
Beaten again. So, other things that are just blatantly obvious about Fallout 4 that they didn't even bother to improve upon is the hacking minigame, completely untouched. I would have put a secondary hacking minigame in there, and then had it like 50% of the time it's one way, 50% of the time it's the other way. The lock-picking minigame is completely untouched, and oh, by the way, it is, I believe, the exact same locking minigame that's in Skyrim. So, Fallout 3, Skyrim, Fallout 4, possibly Fallout New Vegas also, I'm sure. It might be in there. It's just ridiculous that that hasn't been changed or improved upon. They can't throw a different style of lock in there. Yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever.
Versus Uther. I will fight.
They did fix, of course, the garbage problem. I imagine if I was gonna, when I start playing Fallout 4, my plans are to give myself 10 intelligence immediately, even though there will be some bobblehead somewhere that would get it up to 10. I don't know where that is, and I don't want to try to make a run towards that bobblehead for no reason. So I would then immediately get 10 intelligence since there's no level cap. That means you get experience as high as possible for everything you do from the beginning, very beginning. And experience seems like very crucial because you're killing, from what I've seen, you kill one like creature and you get 6 experience. So it's not one of the experience systems where it requires twice as much experience to go up each level. It seems like you go up a level every 100 experience or so. Of course, I could be totally wrong about that. So I would immediately throw 10 into intelligence. I'd throw as much as I think I could get away into charisma for dialogue choices, and I would throw, if I have enough left, into hacking and lockpicking, because I don't want to walk by any computer terminal or any computer, any locked chest and not be able to get in there. And then if I have any points left, which I don't think I would really, I'd start putting it into endurance where I'm just gonna, so I can carry more garbage. Because in Fallout 4, carrying garbage actually seems like it's gonna work. And I imagine for the first couple of hours you might very well just have to pick up stuff and then find a mailbox somewhere and dump a bunch of stuff into the inventory of a mailbox. That's what I kind of did in Fallout 3. But eventually you will build a house. Eventually you'll just be able to fill it up. And you can break down things to their core components for crafting, which I don't think there really was any crafting in Fallout 3. Wow. That was an easy victory. Man, I swear people it feels like some people that play Hearthstone are like 5 minutes away from having to go to a wedding or go to school or something, and they're like, well, I've got to go right now. I don't know why I started that game, and they'll just concede. I don't know. It's fine by me either way. I suspect the truth of it is that there aren't that many people that actually concede immediately. I've done it a couple of times with just, oh, I've got to go to the bathroom or got to go do something, so I'll concede. But I suspect more often than not it's people lost connection and it concedes automatically for them.
One shot, one kill.
Why do you fall?
It's kind of funny I'm so obsessed with Fallout 4. I'm falling into the hype train, it totally is what I'm doing. I don't know anything really about the story. And if I was going to play a Fallout game, why not just play Fallout 3? Except for the fact that they did make a few significant improvements. That I think those significant improvements actually do help out. I've got to play this guy, even though I don't want to. And I have no idea if a year from now that I did get Fallout 4, I have no idea how I'd cover it. That's the problem. That's kind of the inherent problem. A game that long almost has to be covered as soon as possible. Otherwise, you're in this very weird situation where you just have no clue as to how you're going to cover an old game. Much like Skyrim, I have no clue how I'm going to cover that game. I think what I'm going to end up doing is just kind of playing it. Just kind of playing it as much as I can, and if I am going to play it as much as I can or as much as I want, then the next question would be would be when and how do I squeeze that into the recording schedule. I've almost set myself up for failure here. I probably have set myself up for failure because a lot of these super long games only would really work if I decided to potentially say I'm going to take a vacation from covering all other games and release a super long series on the weekend, and the only way I could really do that is if I was like a year ahead, which maybe that's the solution that eventually solves everything, is I'll just be a year ahead of everything. Deal 2, if I deal 2 damage, they'll die anyways.
So many possibilities.
Let's just go ahead and wait first. Let's attack the face, then destroy them, then play this, and then the turn. That's right. That's how I should have done it. So, like, I have Bully, I have Skyrim, I have Borderlands. Borderlands I could probably squeeze into its own series, but... And Bully maybe. I don't know how long Bully is anyways. But... I think I have to do that, but if I do that, that won't work.
From the curse.
Let's go ahead and get another card. Job's done. And I have... I just don't know. I just don't know. There's too many games and not enough time. It's a good problem to have. It's a lot better than for them to be a drought. Say if 2016, instead of being one of the most scheduled release years, turned out to instead be one of the least years. Let's go ahead and bring this one out. And that, let's say for hypothetical that there was no no games whatsoever, like no independent titles, no games whatsoever for 2016. Almost, that would have to be like there was a law passed or something where games could not be released for a year. That would be that silly of a concept. But if I thought that way, that would be about the only thing I could do.
I wonder.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and get rid of those two, I suppose.
Take this blade. Take this blade.
Draw another card. And oh, do I want to play this? I guess I do.
You're in trouble now.
I'm discarding a lot of cards for no reason. But yeah, if there was a year with no new games, that would certainly allow me to catch up, but it would almost certainly really, really hurt the video game industry as a whole. I don't know if you could recover from an entire year of not making any games or profiting. Alright, this will work.
I'll heal.
There you are, the card I needed 2 turns ago.
Take this blade. As the master wishes.
There we go. I don't see how he can win this one. These two working together work pretty nicely, although I think if the Warlock had
I
better
hope you like
cards,
my
if I had
invention.
better Warlock cards in particular, I wouldn't be playing these kind of combinations. They're silly. Silly to have 2/4 mana creatures that don't have any real attack. Doesn't matter what he does, he's gonna lose.
Choose soon.
What might very ironically happen is that by the time I get around to being able to purchase Fallout 4, I'll be just bored of it. I'll be on to the next thing. I'll be fickle and ridiculous. There we go.
You're in trouble now. As the master wishes.
But what surprised me a lot, what is gonna hold my interest in Fallout 4 is going to be just playing a 3D RPG set in a different universe. Skyrim, Witcher 3, kind of in the same universe style. It's fantasy. Fallout stands alone, as far as I know, as far as a 3D RPG in a cyberpunk dystopian future. I don't think it's cyberpunk, actually. I think that's totally wrong. I think it would be just nuclear fallout future. So it kind of stands alone for being a unique universe. Everybody else goes with fantasy. If you take out the 3D requirement and you start talking just 2D RPGs, they're almost all fantasy worlds. So a lot of times they are Japanese fantasy worlds. I suppose you could say Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts might arguably be set in like weird futures, but they've all got their own kind of unique style that keeps them so separate from each other that I'd give each one of those games their own special category. And of course I'm talking some of the newer Final Fantasy games, not the older ones. Let's do this, I suppose.
Battle commencing.
Take away spell damage in the turn.
Did you bring some fish?
But yeah, I'll probably be on the stopping talking to take a second to not talk about Fallout 4 since I've completely ranted about that and nothing else. We do have also
Ready to flee.
right now I do also have Tomb Raider 2 is out, and that is a unique problem in itself for a different reason, because Tomb Raider 2 has a Xbox One exclusivity contract where, as I understand it, the PC version's not coming out for a couple months. The PlayStation 4 version's not coming out for even longer. Seems very much like a big question in my mind as far as when would I cover that game. I guess I have to cover it when the PC version comes out, because particularly as far as Tomb Raider goes, the remake, the 2013 remake, still was pretty difficult for me to
Practice makes perfect.
record at the highest settings. I had to, I believe, turn down some of the settings on it. Eventually, it was still crashing and still overheating my video card, and that's a 2013 game trying to run on a 2015 video card, I assume. The GTX 970 is a 2015 model, but maybe it is somewhere down, maybe it was right on the line there. But yeah, with just one of those video cards, I'm not sure I can handle the ultra settings on well, I'm almost certain I can't handle the ultra settings on the Tomb Raider remake. I would have to probably go down to just high settings or see what the NVIDIA optimizer says and then work my way down from there, because the truth of it is I need to be a little bit lower than the NVIDIA optimizer, because I'm also recording at the same time.
On guard.
Just take this guy out.
Job's done.
So I have no idea in my mind what the views would be like, and it's almost impossible to ever figure this out, but what the views on my channel would be like if I had covered Tomb Raider when it came out on the Xbox One. What it would have looked like if I cover it the second it comes out for PC, which I probably won't. Or what it will look like if I wait a long time and cover it later, which is probably what's gonna happen. Let's see. Let's bring this guy out and then do this. Do I have enough here to win? I think I would if I could take out these, which I can't. This guy, and then this guy. Kill the boss. This guy, and then this guy to win. Yep. Great. Great news. We may not actually go to recording, to a third recording here, which is alright news by me, because if I can get a Warlock victory here and get the other quests done, that's fine by me. I will, that just gives me more free time to try and get something accomplished before tomorrow when the League of Explorers expansion comes out and we see what happens there. Now, I am only the tiniest bit afraid that the League of Explorers is going to be a paid only solo adventure. They have not talked about it at all. And so that is something that might happen. And they may just come back and say paid only solo expansion, at which point I'd say no. The cards I've seen aren't that amazing that I would pay for it with real money. I have 5,000 gold here. If they start saying all the new expansions can't use gold, then that also might very easily cause me to reevaluate even covering this series, this game anymore. Let's go ahead and play this, I suppose. So yeah, that could definitely be a problem if it actually is just just actual money needed. Even if it was a few dollars, I'd say no. Even if it was 99 cents, I'd say no.
Stop yelling!
Okay, how do we want to play this? Let's just go ahead and play 2 and attack the face. I think that works fine. Destroy a friendly minion and deals attack damage. No, thank you.
As you command, you command.
Oh, I should have probably used this against this, but we'll see how that works.
Why do you go?
Give a demon 3+3 and then destroy it. Let's go ahead and do this, I suppose.
Job's done.
So now he's gonna have to struggle to defeat this guy.
Almost out of time.
Interesting question. Will this guy be capable of attacking next turn? Since he just got resummoned out of turn.
I wonder.
He's desperately trying to kill my void terror here.
Almost out of time.
Okay. Play this. Play this. Attack here. So good attack. And in the turn. I need to take this guy out at some point. But I think I want the anima golem put out. And then I have the void terror in the back of my mind in case the anima golem ever is left alone.
Everything.
I'll get right out.
Yes.
Actually, can we play this and then if we play this and then this? This
Will regret this.
and destroy to all enemy minions. Guess I'll do that. He was gonna die anyways. I think that worked pretty well.
I see everything.
Ah, he's got a gold clone watcher. Here we go. Hit this guy in the face.
Done. Handle it.
So this guy is gonna try and kill this guy next turn. Or maybe just take me out completely next turn. Deal 2 damage to all non-demons, destroy friendly thing, and deal to all enemy minions. Alright. We'll do this. And then we'll do this. And then we will do this. And then summon this.
Job's done.
And end the turn. And I doubt he can do 10 damage to me before I can do 10 damage to him. But I need to be very careful. Let's see. I have to do this. Oh, I have to do it. I think I'm gonna lose here. If he can do 2 more damage to me, that's all he needs. Well, see, now I'll win. If he just let me win. Unless he can put up a taunt creature or something. I have no idea what he's doing here. Okay. Deal 2 damage to all non-things. Put a charge.
Who dares summon me?
I've got it. I can't draw this, but I can kill this guy. Lucked out here, lucked out. I wouldn't have won if he hadn't drawn 1 more card. That was close. So now all we have to do is play 1 5-mana creature and we'll be done, so there's no reason not to do that. We will just play as the priest, I suppose, and hopefully I have some 5-mana creatures in my priest deck. That'll be really bad if I don't. I'll wait for the Hearthstone deck tracker app to tell me what's in my priest deck, and then if I don't have any, ooh, actually I only have Muko's champion.
Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine.
So I need to get Muko's champion. I may draw this game out just to get Muko's champion. Ah, great. So now I just have to make it to the 5th turn and play him. That's all I have to do. We're set. Just
Job
make it to
done.
the 5th turn. How hard could that be? I'm starting to question. I need to get to Dishonored at some point too. As a game I need to record. The problem with Dishonored is I have no exact release date. And we haven't seen a ton of video for it either, so it could sneak out at any time. Unlike Hitman, which is, I actually know the release date for that.
The
Go
dam
ahead
stand ready.
play that.
Job
2
done.
more turns, and then it doesn't really matter what I do in this game. I could concede if I felt like it. After I play Mukla's champion. Here we
In the
go.
light's name.
Do I want to do that, or do I want to do that?
Job's done.
So yeah, still have a lot of games I need to cover. I need motivation techniques. Let me know in the comments how to get out of bed, how to stop watching TV, how to
I will enjoy watching you
focus
die.
on just recording video games.
Job's done.
There we go, we played the Mukla's champion, which is great because the only other card I have is a Temple Enforcer, and here it is. I can play that next turn just to be double sure,
Trogzor.
but those are the only 2 cards in my priest deck at all that are even that high. And it's not a real surprise that that's the case. My priest deck is very successful because it gets in there fast and lets you win fast. It's not about sticking around to a 5th or 6th turn every game.
am not a morning person.
Late game is almost exclusively for people that are playing at a higher level than I am. By far.
Embrace the void.
Job's done.
I have another Temple Enforcer I can play if I wanted to, but I've done enough. Now I just need to focus on either winning or losing this game.
By the power of Ragnaros, I have the power!
A lot of what it is that distracts me is when they make games that are complicated, that have a lot of systems in them that haven't been explained yet. I want to know how those things work. So, the reason why
How many
I'm
colors
watching,
do you see?
let's go ahead, so much. There we go, we'll kill that. So many
Feel my pain.
Fallout 4 videos is that I want to learn all those systems and I kind of just want to spoil myself on the systems. I don't care really about the story at all. I'll take that in when I play it myself. Same is true for the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. I just want to see all the new systems and see all the new items and try to figure out all that. Particularly in Afterbirth though, the problem is I think a big chunk of the items that are added in that DLC are for players that got further than I did on Rebirth, because I never unlocked the Lost and I never expect that I will unlock the Lost. It's too difficult of a challenge. Maybe if the DLC hands me the Lost, I'd play with it instead. That would be something that would be nice for the game to do, is that once you get the next DLC part, it unlocks any secret characters, at least. But there's a ton of items that I never unlocked, as angel items in particular, in Rebirth. So I don't know how much of the game would really be different for me
How many fingers do you see?
because of that.
Feel my pain.
I think I'm gonna lose here. Yeah, I think I'm about to lose with Muko's champion. I'd have to do some major just healing. I'd have to throw this guy out, heal myself, double heal myself. And he just played corruption on it, so that won't work too well. All those bananas. So suppose I could kill this 5 creature. I could heal myself a couple times to get this to maybe at 11, but without a double an attack I still couldn't have won. Oh well, doesn't matter. We just wanted this last quest. So we're really good as far as money goes. We're gonna probably spend 3,500, which means we'll probably have 2,000 by the end of this expansion. Then I just kind of need to work my way back up from 2,000 up to 5,000, and hopefully we'll get back to arena runs. But right now, no arena runs. We're getting stretched here. Starting tomorrow, I have to do all the solo adventures. I have to, at some point in the next 3 days, do another tavern brawl, and do the 3 regular quests. And in the back of my mind, I would like to do an arena run if I could, but I really shouldn't because I need to save gold. So there's just like too much going on now in Hearthstone. I wish they would give it a break for a little while. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.